Hi, it's Ranbir. Thank you so much for being here with me today. Got new content for you. Oh, is it freezing? Is it freezing? No, it's not frozen. Anyway, my name is Ranbir Puar. I've been a life strategies coach since 2009. I'm the speaker of a popular TEDx speech called Building Strong Children. That may be how you found me if it's your first time here. I'm also a podcaster and I'm an author. My work is focused on helping individuals and families connect in their journey through life. And most importantly, helping them to learn to like themselves and learn to like their family members. I already know you love them. That's why I focus on like, because we're often good to people that we like, but not so good to people that we love. So, anyway, that's the focus of the work that I do. And really, really important to me also is helping you strengthen the relationships under your roof. And really, that's a metaphor for the family unit because I know most or at least half the families live in more than one household. So, super, super important to get down to strengthening those bonds. Me, well, I have two incredible sons, and I'm raising them on the west coast of Canada with my husband. And we have a desire to help share information to strengthen those relationships. So today's video is a little bit more sensitive for some people. I think some people will maybe feel a little bit uncomfortable watching the content today, and I recognize that I could have been one of those people in the past. So I have empathy for you as you go into this topic. But the topic today is why you should stop trying to tell your kid to go for the title or a label of being special. So many of today's parents try to have their children identified or recognized as being special, and in a way that's all a lot of us are designed to do, like we're programmed to do, not designed to do, we're programmed to do that, right? Stand out, be seen, get the award, beat others, be special, because that's what generations before us have taught us. That's what marketing tells us. It's a dog eat dog world out there, and if you gotta fight, you gotta compete, you gotta do all this stuff. And competition is a beautiful thing. I'll talk about that in another time, but if it's done right, it's quite incredible. And as a parent, what's interesting is sometimes we give up on trying to be special ourselves, and then we go and put that, I almost said a bad word, put that stuff on our kids. So then we start to think if our kid is seen as being special, then by default, that makes us special, right? As parents, right? I don't know, stuff to think about. Anyway, I got to tell you, I think a lot of people have the desire to be special, as I mentioned already. And my desire to be considered special has caused me some of the greatest stress and suffering at my own hands that I've ever experienced. In fact, I've written about this in the past, and that dealing with this, transforming this, transcending this, has had the greatest impact on my mental health, my mental well-being, but also in my relationships. How I relate to other people has been overhauled and improved greatly by me releasing this. One of the quotes that I've shared in the past that is quite powerful. I know the words come from me, but I still feel that they're powerful. But it's when I recognized that I was ordinary, my life became extraordinary. And I'm going to explain that. I'm going to dive into it in this video. And you got to stay involved. You got to stay here. You got to keep watching. Don't get distracted. I know I'm a mom. You should see how I watch Instagram stories. Like I put this thing, like here, pretend this is me watching Instagram stories. I watch one, something happens, I put the phone down. And then before you know it, like I've totally forgotten about it. I need you to focus here and stay with me because you are a committed parent. You're a parent that wants to do better than your parents. And that's why you take the time to go and learn this stuff, right? It's super, super cool. And I have so much respect for you. Anyway, so when I decided and realized that I was ordinary, my life became extraordinary. And this is how I focus on how I parent my children, but also how I coach my coaching clients. And so I'd love today for us to get to the bottom of the needing to feel special for you and your kids, where it's rooted, and how you can break free from that illusion once and for all. So let's talk about why this is a core belief that being special, the core belief of trying to be special, can cause you great suffering. Okay. The most important understanding around this that is that it separates you from yourself. So stripped down, trying to be special is effectively you trying to be better than somebody else. It's living from the outside in versus the inside out. The inside out is peaceful. Oh my gosh, what's happening to my video? You see me? Yeah, it's a little slow there, a little lag. Sorry about that. Internet, right? So when you're trying to live from the outside in versus the inside out, you have to ping off other people in order to feel special. And so trying to be special dilutes your inner strength, because you have to start measuring yourself with sticks that belong to others. You've heard that quote from me before. I've used it for years. I made it up years and years ago. But when you begin to focus on others in this way, it's competitive. And it also creates loneliness and feelings of isolation, because you're trying to find the faults in other people to make yourself feel better quite often. It's a low frequency vibration. It's a low frequency feeling. And it's a frequency that is destructive. It slowly and surely breaks you down. The desire to be special separates you from others because you're in that constant competition instead of alignment. It's much harder to give and receive love when you're trying to be special. And that, it creates this imbalance in relationships, and you can deny it all you want. But my guess is that you felt the urge to be special, even in relation to people that you love the most, with your partner, with your parents, with your kids. It happens. That's human. It's human. And it's okay, because and it causes a great deal of stress in relationships with you and other people, but also within yourself. So the challenge is that once you commit to the I have to be the special one mindset, where do you draw the line, right? As I just mentioned, it goes on and it bleeds into those most intimate relationships that you have. So you end up feeling competitive with those people. And we've all done that. I've been there. I raise my hand to that. So, the truth is that so much of the marketing we hear, the messaging we hear from parents and teachers and coaches, that, they try to tell us that being special should be our life's mission, because when you're special, that's when you'll feel good. And I'm telling you, please, let's break the cycle here. Please, let's not pass this on to our children. Because what if all of this messaging is off the mark? What if they're wrong? What I know for sure is that my quest to be special caused me the greatest distress in my life. The deep desire to be the best and unique gave me great anxiety, and it created a massive separation between me and the people around me. I never felt safe until I was the clear winner. And the worst part was that I didn't feel valuable when I didn't win, when I wasn't the special one. It was an empty existence. And so many of our kids are suffering this way. We can try to deny it all we want, but I see it every day in my work. I've been doing this work since '09. It's a long time. I have enough, in the field experience to see that our children are suffering at our hands many ways, because we have the choice now. We have the ability to stop this cycle and to interrupt these patterns and change that dialogue about what it means to be special. Because when you lose the race of the special race, you end up putting yourself down. You beat yourself up. You spent hours upon hours as well putting down the person that beat you or that got what you wanted. You make excuses then for why you weren't recognized as special and how many unfair advantages the winner had. Don't BS yourself. You've been there. I know I've done it. We all do this as part of being human. But think about what that does to your state, your body, how you relate and connect to people. What does that do to your child when there's so much emphasis and focus on pinging off other people in that way? And the interesting thing is that even if you do win, most people and most kids, even when they win, they don't take a whole bunch of time to celebrate the win because the focus then becomes on the next, kill. So what can you do? So you won, you're special, but then you got to focus on being special at the next thing and the next thing and the next thing. And it's never ending. Who can you be more special than next? And I really, really want to be clear that I'm not suggesting that you shouldn't push your child or yourself to be the best each day. You do need to just go back inward and stop trying to ping off other people and measure yourself with sticks that belong to other people. What I'm suggesting is that you be your best self in relation to yourself. Do your best, try your best. That's what matters. Don't try to be better than other people. What I love about having other people in the space, however, and what I teach children about the idea of competition is that when other people are in your space, they achieve something that maybe you haven't achieved or you wish you could achieve and it's on your bucket list. What's the beautiful thing about that? What do you think it is? I'm going to give you a little hint. The beautiful thing about having these other people in our space and why we don't live in isolation and in silos is that having this ability to observe other people gives us an idea of human potential. If you go with the mantra that if they can do it, I can do it, that's so much better than trying to be special. If you can give your child that as like a big life lesson, to look at other people's success as, oh my gosh, let's celebrate their success. I have a Today I Practice on that. I'll try to link it in the notes below so you can go check it out. And the idea of celebrating success of others in a way that's so authentic and pure helps you align with the vibe that they're putting out. It helps you look at them for inspiration rather than supplication. So imagine how things would shift if you taught your child to stop trying to be special in relation to other people and just be their best self and be better than they were yesterday, right? And sometimes really it's the number of net steps forward, because when we're trying to do big improvements and changes in our lives, we'll have one day or 1 week where we'll make 10 steps forward and we feel fantastic. And the week after we'll have 3 steps back, but we still have a net 7. So focus on that as well. I digress. So trying to get our kids to feel whole and valued and valuable in relation to their self and nobody else, and using those successes of other people as examples of what is humanly possible. Fantastic stuff. Interrupts patterns. Understanding that in you being ordinary, you're extraordinary, because each one of us is equal and we have some value to share with the world that's unique to us. Celebrate that. That's important. And it's a beautiful thing when we can teach our children that we actually all matter equally. Go figure. That'd be kind of cool, right? I'd love for you to try this on for size. See how comfortable or uncomfortable you feel in applying this concept in your household, under your roof, and interrupting that pattern of special and trying to be just yourself, your extraordinary self, and passing that on to your kids, maybe your partner, maybe your parents, your friends. If you like this video, please make sure to give it a thumbs up. That stuff goes a long way for small businesses like mine, so I really do appreciate it. And I always forget to ask you, please do subscribe to the channel. That helps me too. Helps me keep continuing to create content for you. Any comments you have, please leave them below. Links to my school for classes and free classes and all that stuff also below, and so is my social media. I hope to connect with you there. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'll see you next time.